What's up everybody, Soul here with another MENACE video for your viewing pleasure, and today we're going to be talking about Mr. Tekko Foza. We call him Tech for a reason. Mr. Tech is, he's crazy. He's Mr., he's the Black Rambo. He's getting it. And yeah, let's take a look at his perk right here. As you can see, his unique perk that he starts with is Get Motherfucked. I don't generally like to cuss, but it's the title. With that said, most special weapons can be used without deploying. Especially large weapons will still have to be deployed. The human body can only do so much. And of course, he's got a nice little emblem, crest of Rambo right there. Pretty phenomenal stuff. And this is really, really nice because this means that when he's using those special weapons, that he does not have to deploy for most of them. And so what you're going to do is you're going to highlight them, and if they simply say deploy on them, as in it requires a deploy, then he doesn't have to when he's utilizing them. Now, a good example, of course, is the POW. That's what I've got on him right there. Everybody and their mother loves the POW on him, I'm sure, and so it's a phenomenal weapon. But let's say you use the crocodile. You can see right here it says deploy. You won't have to take a knee to use that. However, if you try to put on, let's say, the tripod MK20A3, then he's going to have to still deploy in order to use this. And that is because at the bottom it says right there, this unit is encumbered and has its movement cost per tile increased by 3. So if it says it encumbers a unit, he's going to have to deploy still to use it. That's a good way to determine which ones that will affect and which ones they will not affect. With that said, let's get back over to the perks. And now there's two ways, there's more than two ways. He's actually incredibly versatile, but there's two ways that I found myself to enjoy playing Mr. Tech that makes him slightly different than others. And the one way is the way I'm playing him right now, where he is a heavy infantry. He goes in, hyper aggressive, hits the front line with jump packs, and then he even has grenades in his, in his arsenal, as well as the POW. The other way is to take him in with just as a squad leader and make him an invincible tank. We'll get on to that later. You start with his basic perk, of course, but he is one of, if not the only, I think he is the only squad leader that starts with buff in their tier 1. So definitely something I want to take right there. Of course, it's plus 3 HP per squad mate. And then, of course, you remove the encumbered effect from heavy armor and weapons. Absolutely love that. And then we got Zigzag. That's right. Now this guy's jumping in the front line, so this is where I pick up Zigzag. I pick it up early, right away, as soon as possible, right when we get after buff. Then I like to pick up Quick Hands. That's right. I want to have minus the AP cost, which is minus 10, for using those accessories, and that does, of course, include those grenades. Of course, it goes down to a 10 AP minimum, but that's very, very nice. Now you'll notice he's got Line Breaker right here. This sends Tech crashing into enemy lines. Line broken. Enemies are stunned for 1 turn. I really didn't find a lot of joy in using this. I'm just going to be frank with you. I wouldn't suggest it, in my opinion. Play with it. See if you like it. If he's your line breaker, he's your guy that goes in. Maybe you've got him in the Navy breach armor, and that's where I can see this coming in. It does a decent job, but for me, I like the jet suits on him, and I don't really move him past that, and he stays hardy and healthy and really defensible the rest of the way. With that said, moving on to tier 3, this is where I pick up the Long Bomb, and so this has a plus 2 range to all grenades, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Grenades can really do some great damage in this game, and Mr. Tech does a great job with them. He has great natural accuracy. Grenades really do well with him. What else can I say? Past that, because we've got 3 perks left, this is where I come in here, and I'm probably going to go with Full Sin after that, because why not? I want to shoot my POW more often, all the time, and I don't want to hurt my POW. I want to shoot my POW. I want to shoot my POW more often, so I really, really like that. And then I'm probably going to pick up Point Fire, because I don't really want Tech taking a knee. I want him to stay mobile, keep going, hurting, gunning, and running. And so that's what I'm going to pick right there. And then I'll probably round it out with bags and belts on this build because I want him to have the extra grenade slot in his arsenal, in his inventory. But for me, that is how I'm running him this run, and I've had a tremendous joy doing it. Now, taking a look at this trait on down here, this perk, sorry, Die Hard. This is fun. I played with this on another run, and I can suggest it if you're really wanting to just do some weird things, kind of mess with the game, and have a lot of fun. This is a 90% to incoming damage when the squad leader is hit. That is hilarious. So take him in with just 2 squaddies, because that's the minimum. Don't really care about those 2 squaddies. Let him do his thing. Focus on his infantry special, and let him soak damage. Put him out there in that, that navy breaching armor, and send him forward. Let him soak damage. Make sure he's running into that front line as best as possible. And yeah, it is a ton of fun. He will literally take all kinds of hits. And it honestly gives Carta's heal, her medic ability, some pretty good utility. Past that, and that feels like memeing. It really feels like memeing, but it's pretty decent. It's pretty powerful, especially with a machine gun in his hand and he's just suppressing enemies. It's really funny. It's really fun. But yeah, past that, let's talk about this build that we're on right now, where he's the frontliner diving in, Grenadier, and that is running that heavy SMG, the Kruger CTMP 45. Absolutely amazing gun. Waylays, lays them flat, puts them down, and makes sure that it doesn't get up. Pretty much one-shots when they're within range. Most units. Really, really good stuff there. And then, of course, if you don't have access to that, you probably have access to our boy, the High Cap, which, the triple P High Cap. And so this is a really good gun. This is what I used until I got the Kruger, which the Kruger is a newer gun. It was only added like 2 patches ago. Regardless, the High Cap's a really good option as well. We're moving on to the infantry special, the POW. The POW, the POW, the POW, the POW, the POW. Now, the POW is amazing. This usually requires a unit to deploy. It generally gets 3 shots. It's really good. It's really good. It hurts. It hurts heavy armor units badly. It literally can one-shot those pirate heavy vehicles. It can one-shot medium walkers, light walkers for sure. And then tanks, it'll 2-shot them. Really hurts them. And then if you couple it with a good grenade throw, it just, in one turn, he's taking out those heavy tanks. So it's really, really good stuff right there. Absolutely love it. Can't say enough good about it. The POW is phenomenal. If you noticed, Mr. Tech's one of our few squad leaders that has fragmentation. And so that's something I really kind of want and I kind of played with. Frag grenades they're decent. Now, in the run that I tested it, I will acknowledge I never got a hold of the Frag Grenade Mark II. So that bears some stuff that weight in mind. So I haven't tested that. If you're out there and you want to test it, by all means, check it out and let me know what you think. But moving on, not getting fragmentation, moving on. With this build, that POW is the end-all be-all for me. It's what I'd highly suggest you to pick up and to get. Of course, you have other options and other things you can utilize, but the POW is redunculous on him. Just absolutely redunculous. Allows him to take care of those heavy units big time. And then, of course, moving down into the armor. Now, you want him in the heavy armor. Like I said, you can get the navy breaching armor on him, but he's not going to be able to jump in those enemies and get into that back line the same way. He's going to be very slow, slowly moving up, moving the line forward, and then that's where your line breaker may have some decent utility. But for me, I absolutely love the boarding commando jumpsuit, the jet suit, sorry, call it jumpsuit, which of course allows you to use a jetpack to jump from point A to point B, really cover some decent distance. He's got good enough action economy where he's able to make the jump and get an attack in at the same time. So it's really, really good. And so he's able to jump in on them, spray them down, utilize whatever cover. Of course, it's somewhat random. If you click a spot to land, it doesn't guarantee you land there. But regardless, really, really good stuff. And of course, it's heavy armor. I can't wait until we get another variant of this, a non-pirate version. I would love to see the Navy's version of a jetpack jumpsuit. But regardless, really good stuff. And then on down here, the accessories. Of course, like I said, I enjoy grenades on Mr. Tech. Especially on this run, I'm utilizing that bonus distance on grenade throws. And thermite is my grenade of choice. This sucker right here will melt most heavy units, well, really all of them. Structures too, really just destroys them. Your heavy tanks, your gun crawlers from the Menace, you name it. It's melting them. Fantastic stuff, and he gets bonus range on those throws. And then once you have bags and belts, you can just double up. You know, take another one if you want. Grab something else. If that anti-tank grenade, the AT grenade, very, very solid stuff right there. You get to have 3 of them with you. Of course, everybody and their mother loves smokes, and for good reason. Very, very nice stuff right there. Or if you just want to add some suppression into your kit, throw a little bit of a frag grenade in there and have some fun. It's up to you. Play it your way. But the thermite grenade absolutely does work. This gets Tech some great versatility where he's not only just jumping in and waylaying and spraying your opponents and taking damage, but he's also able to take out those heavy armored units as well, and those tanks. It's really, really good stuff. Mr. Tech really, he just does it all. He has a high cost as far as supply, but he is worth it. He does it all. My puppy is whining. But yeah, does it all. So tell me what you think. Drop down in the comments. Write all about it. I know you guys are master tacticians out there, and we love to play Tech in a lot of different ways because he's highly versatile. That's what makes him a lot of fun. So drop down in the comments. Tell us how you play him. What do you enjoy about him? Community is really benefiting from all of y'all's feedback. Like I said, you guys are master tacticians. I'm just somewhat impressed by everything I keep seeing and keep learning through y'all. So thank you so much for those comments. And then once again, if you think I'm worthy, drop me a like and a subscribe. It really means the world to me. Helps me out. Helps the channel. So thank you so much for your support. And then huge shout out and thank you to our soldiers. You guys and gals are the ones that keep the content rolling, me going, and the content flowing. So, and my light's glowing, sorry. But yeah, thank you so much for the support. You guys are amazing. If you too want to support the channel, check out the links down below in the description. And until next time, guys, I will catch you later. Oh, and forgive the messy hair. That was kind of crazy, right? Bye.